The Republican Party continues their assault on reality. On Saturday, Michigan Republican Lisa McClain claimed in a speech that it was Donald Trump, not Obama, that got Osama bin Laden. Take a look.
While President Trump was in office, we didn't have a war, and I think he made 3 peace treaties. Caught Osama bin Laden and Soleimani, al-Baghdadi, and this president is weak. And I'll tell you, weakness breeds aggression. We need strength. We need somebody who will stand up for America and put America first again, like President Donald J. Trump did when he was in office.
Okay. A couple of things to get through here. For one, no, we were engaged in wars during the Trump presidency. I guess you could say that he didn't start any new ones, and that's great. Well done on that one. But okay. Here's the thing, though. There was military action going on in Afghanistan. There's drone strikes. Not only that, but of course we supplied the Saudis with weapons, which, by the way, we're still doing today under Biden. Those weapons are bombing innocent civilians in Yemen. And so not only that, but look, the United States military has been engaged in numerous operations all over the world, even in the African continent. In fact, in 2017, U.S. Special Forces members were killed in an ambush in Niger under the Trump administration. In fact, the president can be heard in a leaked tape telling his aides that the U.S. and Nigerian troops got attacked by, quote-unquote, 50 real fighters, who he claimed were only in Africa because the military had chased them out of the Middle East. ISIS, of course, and Al-Qaeda were both active in Africa, and so that's why U.S. military strikes were happening there as well. In fact, here's what he said, quote, "You know, it's a rough business. They're rough too. They want to kill us. We've let the military do what they have to do, and whether you call it the rules of engagement or any way you want to say it, but we've let them do." Okay, I don't know what you're saying there, but fine. But on a call to the wife of one of the special forces soldiers that had been killed in that ambush, well, Trump literally forgot his name. I'm not kidding. He forgot his name. That's amazing. But yes, we were engaged in conflicts under Trump. We're engaged in conflicts under Biden. Now, are they considered wars? I mean, that's, you know, they get into these ridiculous definitions. I would personally call them wars. And again, under Biden, under Obama, and under Trump, yes. That said, we've been engaged in so many different undeclared wars all over the globe, and under the guise, of course, of fighting the war, so-called war on terror. And so that's a big problem, right? That said, this whole thing, what she's saying, full of alternative facts. But again, politicians from both sides point out or downplay U.S. imperialism, and I think it's really important to point that out. Now, that said, both Qasem Soleimani, the ex-Iranian general, and Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, the former Iraqi leader of ISIS, yes, both of them were targeted by U.S. military strikes under Trump, and he took them out. Okay, so there you go. There's something that she's right about. Bin Laden, however, killed back in 2011 under Obama. In fact, I'm going to show you a video here. This is then President Obama making that announcement.
Tonight, I can report to the American people and to the world that the United States has conducted an operation that killed Osama bin Laden, the leader of al-Qaeda, and a terrorist who's responsible for the murder of thousands of innocent men, women, and children. Shortly after taking office, I directed Leon Panetta, the director of the CIA, to make the killing or capture of bin Laden the top priority of our war against al-Qaeda after years of painstaking work by our intelligence community, I was briefed on a possible lead to bin Laden. Last week, I determined that we had enough intelligence to take action and authorized an operation to get Osama bin Laden and bring him to justice. Today, at my direction, the United States launched a targeted operation against that compound in Abbottabad, Pakistan. A small team of Americans carried out the operation with extraordinary courage and capability. No Americans were harmed. They took care to avoid civilian casualties. After a firefight, they killed Osama bin Laden and took custody of his body.
Now, look, you can't really look at that and be like, oh, yeah, no, it was totally Trump that got Osama. Really? Really? I mean, does that look like Donald Trump? Oh, man, back in the day, back in 2011, Donald Trump, who was apparently president at the time, not only looked in great shape, but was also black. Huh? Oh, and by the way, he could put together very coherent sentences. Wait, are you saying that Donald Trump let himself go and then became white? That doesn't make any sense. The best people, the smartest people, the greatest people. But look, there's more. Apart from her false claims about bin Laden, McClain had other things to say. For one, she said that unemployment is experiencing a 40-year high, which is it's not true, not factual. In the same speech, she then claimed that there's a labor shortage. Both things, again, not true. There isn't a labor shortage. There's a shortage of places that refuse to pay workers what they're worth. That's what's going on here. According to an extensive report by a senior Glassdoor economist named Daniel Zhao, employers are by and large failing to provide adequate pay and work conditions to attract the amount of talent that they're seeking. Interesting. In fact, here's what Zhao told Insider, quote, I would say labor shortage is kind of a tricky term because it does imply there aren't workers available. And what we do know is that there are a significant number of workers on the sidelines who would be willing to come back to work if the conditions were right. And now, the claim here that Republicans are using to, say, oh, well, it's a labor shortage. People don't want to work. People don't want to work, right? And it's because of those enhanced unemployment benefits that ended all the way back in September of 2021. Now, some states, of course, had their own programs. They ran for a little while, but the federal program, over. It's been over for a very, very long time. Now, how much money do you think that they got during that time? It was an extra $300 a week, not an extra $3,000 or $30,000. Now, you know what people use that money to do? Pay the bills. That's what they did. That money's gone, long gone. The stimulus checks. Oh, wow, the stimulus checks. Not very much, long gone. Guess what? Mostly went to bills. And so, look, these people do not live in the same reality. They lie, and they lie, and they lie. But when they're caught, get a load of this. When they're caught, they come up with BS excuses. Here she gets busted and tweets this out. Quote, Joe Biden misspeaks every single day and the media pays no attention to it. Isn't it ironic how I'm under attack for an honest mistake? Do you remember how many reporters were up Biden's ass when he said that Putin shouldn't be president? I mean, that was major. Now, look, that was a pretty dumb thing to say, right? Because that makes you think, and it made a lot of people think, whoa, did Joe Biden just call for regime change in Russia? Which would mean open warfare with Russia. It's a bit of a serious issue. Maybe you should be more careful, right? But see, that's even way different than this. Because like Biden, as I said before, he was expressing his personal opinion. I really wish that, that Putin wasn't the leader of Russia, and then came out and he clarified. right? All right, good clarification that we're not going to war, that we're not doing regime change in Russia. Good, I'm against that. Glad to note the President of the United States is also against that, which could lead to a disastrously deadly nuclear exchange that could level the entire freaking world. Great, great. Be a little bit more careful there, sir. But this is not the same. This is not the same. This is different. She didn't say that things that could be misinterpreted. No, they were just flat out untrue. Just lying about things. Just lying about things. And yet, she's a victim somehow. And then uses it to attack Joe Biden, which of course drives right wingers crazy. Like, oh, I love it, yes, attack Sleepy Joe. How dare you fact check me? These people are super, super entitled. Bad news for them, however. As much as is, entitled as they believe that they are, they're still, and they never will be, entitled to their own facts. Sorry. Sad.